Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Poetry in Purgatory. Where's my mouse? There it is. Last time we finished. Click on here, please. We finished up the Desdemona storyline. Basically, what happened was she had a conversation with the voice, and when she got back to speaking with Bliss and us, she told us that she was given the choice of finding out whether or not, I don't remember her wife's name or how to pronounce it. It was a bit strange for like an English speaker. Anishka or something like that. It ended with like an SZKA or something along those lines. Anyways, she was told that she could figure out if her wife has been to Purgatory, but if she did, she'd be stuck in Purgatory forever. Or she could live to learn without that truth and continue on as is. So she went with option 3, in which she realized that she was at least getting ready to move on. So that's what decision she made. So she said goodbye to us and Bliss and gave us a camellia flower. That's just hanging out in my room, please. It's just hanging out in our heirloom collection now. And so she said goodbye. She's still there at evening time, or nighttime rather, just getting ready to leave, but supposedly she will be gone at some point. But anyways, after that, we went to Dead Man's Park, where we started up the Little Smiles route. It's probably going to be a pretty goofy one, but there's a chance it gets, dang it, have to go all the way back now. But there's a chance it could get a little bit heavier. I'm not entirely sure just yet. But anyways, she's trying to keep up smiles. Little Smiles is doing the Little Smiles thing and wants to paint their teeth white so that they can always see the smile, which is a plan they totally came up with on their own. But anyways, to do that, we need to speak to Apex to try and get some white paint, which is where we ended off last time. So I'm just gonna jump straight into things and stop rambling. Hey Apex, we need some white paint. If it isn't my favorite customer. Absolutely, along with everyone else who stops by, of course. And so, what can I do for you today? That's the same as normal. Need any help running the store? I'm curious if this would actually happen again. I think I've got things covered for now, but thanks for asking. I'm curious if that might if you can do it once, and then maybe each act you can come back and help out again, maybe? And things will be like different with how things change. No idea, that's for future updates. But anyways, continue side story. Salutations, esteemed customer. Isobel, back for more irresistible deals, are ya? Or perhaps you're looking for another dose of wonderific discourse. I'm going to assume that second option is him asking if I want to talk. No, doses today, Apex. I see. Irresistible deals it is, then. Something like that, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you have something particular in mind today. I do, as a matter of fact. Wonderific. Then what will it be? A magnesium glob booster? An osmium charge cruncher? Actually... Wait, don't tell me! No, there's no way. Are you after my last isotopic electroplasma turbine lubricator? I don't even know what that is. How did you know that I'm almost entirely out of those? Lubricator? What are you on about? I'd never... Keeps guessing all these high-tech gizmos and we just want some paint. How about I just tell you what I'm after, alright? That might be for the best. Go right ahead. Time is money, or so they say. Well, if you could stop interrupting me... I'm sorry. I must have gotten carried away by the prospect of a deal. No more interruptions, I promise. Thank you. Jeez. So, anyways, you wouldn't happen to have a bucket of white paint lying around back there, would you? It's a joke. Good one, Isobel. That. I don't get it. It's not a joke. I just need white paint, that's it. Or actually... I guess a brush would be... nice, too. All the wonders of the multi-chronicle universe available to you, and you want paint. The customer is always right, I suppose. You sell ink and paper. Why is paint weird? Like, we helped out at the shop, and we gave ink and paper to Sheol. I'll get you what you need. That's an Apex guarantee. Although, to be honest... What now? It's perplexing to me why would you... Words are hard. It's perplexing to me why would you... Why is this hard? This isn't a hard sentence. I don't know why I can't say this one. It's perplexing to me why you would even want that is all. Slow it down. Slow it down. How so? You do know that paint doesn't actually work in Purgatory, right? Huh? Huh? What do you mean? You can apply color all you want to things here, but it won't ever stick. Only way to make permanent visual changes would be to go via the guide. Oh no? Part of the setup of the place, I suppose. Of course. Does that apply to people as well? What are you planning? Does it? Well... Hey, Indalecio. Good day, Mr. and Miss. Salutations, esteemed customer. Indalecio? You look surprised to see me, miss. Is there something wrong with my suit? Is it my tie? No, it's just surprising to see you outside the Hall of Rooms. We know that he leaves because he said he leaves, but he's always there when we are, so it's a bit weird. Oh, well, contrary to popular belief, and some ill-willed rumors which refuse to entirely subside, I am not chained to my post. All my errands I must undertake will have to be awfully quick on account of my job's importance. Incidentally, were the two of you discussing color? I must ask that you refrain from employing the ancient art of graffiti upon our lovely environs. After all, doing so would be frightfully pointless. Hey, if paint doesn't stick, then that means graffiti artists can't get in trouble, because there's no evidence that they did anything. I was just telling Isobel that, actually. She's in the market for some white paint. Though I think she's planning to use it as a weapon. Oh, I love where this is going. A weapon? Miss, please reconsider. This is my favorite suit, and if it were to be visually compromised, I'd... Enough already. I'm not planning to attack someone with paint. I just want to help a friend, that's all. By splashing this friend with white color? Yes, actually. Like, yeah, they literally asked me to. Or, well, sort of. So, can it be done or not? I don't see why not. Many dwellers choose to apply makeup to their visage as they would in life. Makeup, of course, being a sort of coloring. In other words, such instances... Words are hard. In other words, such instances are... I cannot speak today. Why can I not speak today? Aww. In other words, such instances are exempt from the, let's call it the nose-sticking rule. Oh, that's good news. Little Smiles will be happy to hear that. Oh, if I am to surmise that you intend to put makeup on a shadow, the rules are quite a bit different, I'm afraid. Actually, why not discuss this at the Hall of Rooms instead? I've been absent from my post for far too long already. Mr. Melioda, good sir, would you mind fetching me the latest issue of Service-Minded Shadows Monthly? Who is writing this if it's not you, because you seem to be the only service-minded shadow? Coming right up. Ooh, and here I was fearing the prospect that you may have run out of copies. As I keep telling you every month, you're the only subscriber. How do we have monthly issues and months with a world without months? But still, the fear, the fear. Who is writing this if there's only one subscriber? Who is writing this monthly issue? Is this guide propaganda making sure that Indelestio always worships him? Is it the guard snapping these into existence to make sure he stays in line? At any rate, miss, please come find me when you have a moment. There are things I must tell you about your predicament. Sounds ominous, but sure. And hey, if you do end up needing the pain after all, I'll keep it ready for you. I appreciate that. I'll see you later, Apex. New message incoming. Little Smiles. Hi! I hope things are going well. I'm working on it, don't worry. Yay! Also, it's your lucky day. I've got another joke for you. Why didn't Isobel the oyster donate to charity? Please tell me. Because she's shellfish. Get it? That one was pretty funny, actually. Yeah. I love Little Smiles. I wonder what Indelestio has to say. Hall of Rooms, there it is. Completely skipped over it. Hey, Indelestio, it's a good thing we can always find you here. Yeah, it's just talk to you. Hey, Indelestio, what you need? What do you have for us? Good day, miss. How may I be of assistance? Continue the side story. Miss, I'm overjoyed that you've decided to take time out of your busy schedule to hear me out. You know it. What did you need to tell me? First, I'm sure you must find this whole turn of events odd. Seeing as I asked you to I cannot speak today. Why? Seeing as I asked you to assist my fellow shadows, here I am involving myself regardless. Well, now that you mention it, I'm assuming you have your reasons. Indeed. You see, Little Smiles is dear to me. This particular shadow is quite young and lost, uncertain of most anything. My feelings are, well, comparable to what I imagine paternal affection might be like. Or at least that is what I tell myself. Then why ask me to begin with? Wouldn't you feel more comfortable helping him yourself? Oh? Or is it her? Come to think of it, I haven't been able to make that out yet. Admittedly, determining someone's features can be especially hard when it comes to shadows. I do believe, however, that they see themselves as neither. Okay, they. I think I used her a couple of times earlier, sorry about that. As I mentioned, Little Smiles is someone who is unsure of who they are in more ways than one. Which I believe is why their beloved mentor, the departed shadow named Smiley, served as such a huge influence on them. I see. As for why I asked you, I suppose I didn't want to be too hands-on. Perhaps that was misguided of me, but here we are. Ultimately, the chips tend to fall where they may regardless of our intent, wouldn't you say? I guess so. I read those lines, but I don't think I processed what I said. Hold on, I want to go back a little bit. Okay, Little Smiles was imprinted on by Smiley, who served as a huge influence. Yes, I remember that part. What was this line? And for why I asked you, I suppose I didn't want to be too hands-on. Perhaps that was misguided of me, but here we are. Okay, you feel this connection towards Little Smiles, and you really want to help them, but you don't want to be too pushy about it. Got it. I really did just, like, blank out on this little segment for some reason. Ultimately, the chips tend to fall where they may, regardless of our intent, wouldn't you say? I guess so. But yeah. You want to help out Little Smiles, but you didn't want to be too pushy about it, but you're ending up involving yourself anyways. Got it. So, what now? Yes, now, about this whole paint ordeal. Regrettably, there is no feasible way to assist Little Smiles with this. That's all there is to it? Well, not quite. Miss, I do not want to be the one who brings these... Why can I not speak today? Miss, I do not want to be the one who brings some of these sad news. Yet it must fall upon me. However, I'd like to selfishly ask you to accompany me in doing so. This is why I am not a voice actor. You just want me to stand there with you while you tell them? That's the essence of what I'm asking, yes. Sure. I mean, if you think that's for the best. You just want, like, a reassuring presence to help you out with something difficult you don't really want to do. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. My heartfelt gratitude, miss. Would you be alright with us seeking them? Would you be alright with us seeking them out right away? Yeah, we might as well. I am really messing up. I'm not really messing up with the Isobel lines. It is specifically when I used the Apex voice and the Indolesio voice here. Very good. Then let us adjourn to Dead Man's Park post-haste. I am kind of curious about something. It was like a tip to do Little Smiles after Apex because there was supposed to be something about it. But so far, this seems like it's an Indolesio heavy route instead of a Apex heavy route, with Bliss only popping up in that one moment. Unless the tip was literally about some sort of innuendo that you could possibly pick up with the Apex section. No. Anyways. Isobel and Indy at the same time. What is this, a crossover episode? Indy? Aww. Yeah, that would be me. According to Little Smiles, at least. Aww. The nickname always brings a smile to my face. Don't you always have a smile on your face? Same here. Oh, that's neither here nor there. Wait. Why are you both here? Oh, Isobel, you brought extra help to carry the big old bucket of paint, huh? I didn't know you were so weak. That's a bit rude. But that's okay, because your level of awesomeness is so strong. Actually, allow me, miss. Unfortunately, we have some bad news. Isobel nor I will be able to help you with your request. It is simply not possible for a shadow to have a visible smile. Huh? Such is our lot in life, I'm afraid. Or lot in death, I suppose. Aw. Oh. My apologies. I tend to snicker slightly when I'm uncomfortable. Oh, okay. I understand. Oh, thanks for trying. Please don't cry. I understand how you must feel. Please take your time. You don't understand how I feel. Huh? You don't understand how I feel. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. It's just, my whole life people have been saying that to me. Everyone, children and grown-ups, boys and girls. Everyone always talking about me and my problems like they understand me. But I never felt like them. Always felt like an alien. That's why when I died, I still didn't know anything about myself. Then I came here and went to that bar. Inside, a smiling man sat on one of the stools at the counter. He made me answer a bunch of strange riddles, laughing all the time. I thought he was making fun of me, so I started crying, feeling frustrated about everything. But that's when he did something that no one has ever done for me before. He told me, it's okay, and then he hugged me. He taught me that it's alright to be sad, and to be different. He gave me the courage to tell myself that I am who I am, no matter what. But something was strange too. He said, we shadows have to stick together. But I could see him clear as day. We realized that I didn't see him as a shadow, when everyone else did. I even took his photograph, and when I handed it to him, his eyes welled up. He had forgotten what he used to look like, and seeing it again was overwhelming, he said. The rest of Purgatory may not have seen his smile, but I wanted everyone to know what he looked like. I figured if I could smile like that, then maybe his legacy could live on. It's dumb, I know, but... Not at all, little smiles. I'm grateful that you decided to share that with us. Agreed. I was expecting goofy fun, but now I'm about to cry. Sorry for blabbering on. I need to be alone for a while. Bye. I knew their admiration for Mr. Smiley ran deep, but this... If only there was something we could do. Actually, there might just be. But you said there was no way. No feasible way, to be exact. That statement still holds true, but... But what? I need some time. Hmm? My apologies, miss, but I can't divulge any more than that. In the meantime, may I be so bold as to ask you to pick up the paint from Mr. Meliodas? Preferably in the evening, so as to give me some additional leeway. Sure, I can do that. Thank you. Indalecio, whatever you're planning, just make sure... Please don't worry about me, miss. Us service-minded shadows do not falter easily, I'll have you know. Okay then. I shall be in contact soon. A slog updated. Little smiles. I'm so sorry for breaking down like that earlier. You've been so kind to me, and all I do is complain. Maybe it's time to turn my smile upside down. You'll okay. You'll be okay. Just don't stop smiling. Oh. Indalecio, what are you up to? What time is it? It's night, so I have to skip forward a little bit. I thought this was gonna be goofy fun. Actually, I had a feeling that with a character who's all about goofy fun, they might go with a different type of storyline that's actually hitting me right in the feels. But I think I need a moment. I need to fill up my water and get a drink real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Time to skip forward a little bit. It's... I have a feeling that this storyline is going to get quite a bit heavier before it starts becoming more lighthearted. And based off where I suspect this is going, I find it kind of ironic, because right before I started recording, I had the sudden urge to listen to some music, specifically a song called It Gets Better by Todrick Hall. I haven't listened to the said song in like 5 years or something like that. But if you know the song, or if you don't know the song, It Gets Better. It's specifically about the queer experience and saying that even if today is rough, tomorrow will be better. And based off that little interaction where Little Smiles lost and the way that Little Smiles is feeling right now, it's kind of, I don't know if irony is the right word, but kind of weird that that specific song snuck its way into my head right before getting started on this storyline. But anyways, Apex, let's continue on, shall we? This is the same as usual. Continue the side story. I'm back.
So I see. What's the verdict then? Will you add this wonderific bucket of white paint to your collection of doodads?
So it's wonderific now?
Well, to tell you the truth, I realized that I was, underestimating it.
You were underestimating paint, huh? What does that even mean?
Yeah. Due to it being essentially useless in Purgatory, it became equally as useless in my eyes. But that approach is entirely against my stance on the spirit of objects.
I mean, yeah, it is, actually.
Somehow I let myself be swayed by its perceived value. I wonder if it will ever forgive me.
We're still talking about the paint here, right?
Obviously.
For what it's worth, I doubt that it will hold a grudge against you.
You really think so?
Yes.
Well, that's a load off my mind.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay, You strange man. I see how that little interaction has something to do with his route.
Alright then, here you go. And don't worry, I included a complimentary brush as well.
Gained bucket of white paint. Thanks, Apex.
Anything for an esteemed customer. You know, Indalecio's feelings for Little Smiles didn't come as a surprise to any of us.
Oh?
Yeah, he's not exactly subtle about it. The devoted shadow who lives only to serve, all of a sudden starts leaving the Hall of Rooms to buy things he claimed were for self-improvement.
Oh.
Let's just say it was pretty obvious that wasn't the case.
Oh yeah, what gifts did he buy? A plain white shirt. I don't remember the other things he bought. But were they gifts for Little Smiles?
Since he's closer to the guide than most shadows, I think he sees himself as a sort of leader for them. Like he has his responsibility or something. But the way he cares about little smiles, that's different. Look at me blathering on, huh? I guess I just find the whole thing a bit funny. Their relationship makes me think of
View and Summits? Okay. I see why I was suggested to do this last.
Exactly. What we maybe could have been. If things were different, you know? A father's love for his child is stronger than steel, Isobel. At least it ought to be. I'm sure Indalecio will do whatever it takes to help little smiles, no matter how mundane the request might seem from the outside.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. So, that'd be all for today.
Yeah. Thank you, Apex.
Then I still have time to resynchronize the wave scrubber before it's time to close down for the day. Lucky me.
Lucky you. Quest log updated. Ah. This storyline is hitting all the feels, and I thought it was going to be goofy funny.
Miss, would you mind meeting me in the Hall of Rooms at your earliest convenience? I am done.
That was fast. It took a full day.
Fast? I suppose to you it would feel that way. Oh, please excuse me. I am quite spent and thus prone to rambling. As I said, please come to the Hall of Rooms when you have a moment to spare.
I'm on my way. Strange. Anyways, quest log, return to Indalecio. I want to take a look at the bucket of paint, because all things have, like, their little story thing on... Story? Little story thing. A bucket of white paint. A bucket of thick white paint. The quality of its pigments is obvious, even to someone who isn't an artist. Okay. So to the Hall of Rooms we go. Definitely see with that little bit of extra Apex story why they would tell you to do this. Although that makes me really curious as to how things would change with Desdemonia if you had gone down the romance path with Bliss first. And why am I suddenly losing my voice all of a sudden? Anyways, one second. The frog in my throat. Okay. For some reason this tickle won't go away, but it is somewhat better. But anyways, where were we? Indalecio, you've finished up your plan, so let's continue.
Thank you for coming so quickly, mister.
Huh? Excuse me?
Oh no. My deepest and most sincere apologies, miss. I am not quite myself, you see.
What's that supposed to mean? Where is this going, Indalecio?
I misspoke. I meant to say that I'm tired. You've brought the paint, yes?
Yeah, but...
Very good. Then let us find little smiles and finish this, shall we?
Something is clearly wrong with him. Where is this going, Indalecio? But I suppose if he doesn't want to tell me about it, then... Alright, let's go.
Appreciated.
You're back. What is this, a crossover episode? Sorry, I'm not good at faking happiness.
That's quite alright. We have a surprise for you.
Huh? It's not more bad news? Because that would be a mean surprise. I don't think I'd ever smile again if you tricked me like that. We'd never do that to you, little smiles.
Indeed. So, Miss, would you mind starting the process?
Huh?
You know what I mean.
Not really. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh? Huh? Why was he about to start swearing at us and telling us off? What's going on? I'm more sorry than I've ever been before. If you could find it in your heart to forgive me, miss. Just tell us what's going on with you already. What happened? What do you mean? It's like you said earlier. You're not being yourself. So what's the matter, Indalecio? Indy, you... I implore you to stop pursuing this line of thought, miss. As I've stated more than once, I am merely tired. That is all I wish to divulge on the matter. But... Now, as for the process, I was referring to the process of applying the paint. Forgive me for being unclear and for losing my temper. It was unbecoming of me. Hmm? What do you mean applying the paint? We've, found a solution. Indalecio, what did you do? Did you make a deal with the guide? To your issue, that is, as it were. Really? This is... Wow! However, let us not rejoice until we've made absolutely sure that it works. Miss, would you do the honors? I must woefully admit that makeup is not my forte. Oh, I'm not that good at it either, actually. But sure, I'll give it a shot. Thank you! Out of all the characters, who would be the best at makeup? Shield's always wearing black lipstick. Which, I mean, is makeup, so it would make sense that she'd be okay at it. But out of everyone else... I don't think Bliss wears makeup, at least I don't remember seeing him wear makeup in any of his pictures, but for some reason I feel like he would be good at it. I don't know, there's something about Bliss where I feel like he would be able to do pretty good makeup. Although, I might be stereotyping there. I don't know, I'm sorry. Thank you. Be careful with the brush, Isobel. I don't want my smile to be ruined before anyone can see it. Just take it easy. Oh, I've got this. Close your eyes, please. Okay. Dun 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 dun. One meticulous process later. Item lost, bucket of paint. Yay, smiles! We used an entire bucket of paint to put some paint on her mouth. That's... there! Ugh, I'm sorry I did it again. I'm sorry, little smiles. Some fine work if I do say so myself. Wait. Do you have a mirror? I wanna see. Of course. I wouldn't dream of not bringing one to a momentous occasion such as this. Gimme. It's perfect. It's even better than I imagined. If only Boss could see it too. Oh no, I'm going to cry. There is no shame in weeping, little smiles. Indy, Isobel, both of you. I love you. I have to run around. I'm so happy I have to run around fast. I take it your snickering isn't due to being uncomfortable this time. The very opposite, in fact. I am beside myself with joy. Though I may not exactly convey such vibes at present. Hmm?
Miss, what you have done today, for me and Little Smiles, is something I will never forget. In respecting my wishes to not dig deeper in relation to my current well-being or possible lack thereof, is also greatly appreciated.
I won't pretend like I'm not curious, but if you don't want to talk about it, then that's up to you.
You are a good person, Isobel. Oh, I mean, miss?
That's okay. Indy.
It has a nice cling to it, does it not?
Sure has.
Well then. Perhaps we should check on Little Smiles once they have gotten that excess energy out of their system. To ensure that they're safe, if nothing else.
Sounds like a plan.
Very good. Until then,
Quest log updated. I'm assuming the last little segment is probably the end of the Little Smile storyline, so we can just do it real quick and just finish it off today. Was that paint laced with speed or something? Like, did we drug the Little Smiles with a... I was gonna say an accelerant. What's the word? An upper. An upper is like the... I don't know. Did we drug Isobel, Little Smiles with something? Someone's happy again. I love Little Smiles so much. I should check up on them when I have some spare time. Little Smiles. Seems like I'm late to the party.
There you are, miss.
Isobel! Enjoying your brand new smile, are you? Yes! I have to say, I'm still getting used to your teeth being visible. They're here to stay! So you better start loving them soon. I'm working on it.
Well then, a satisfying end to this yarn, I must admit.
Seeing Little Smiles this happy makes all the effort worth it. Did I mention that I love you? You did?
Those who are happiest are those who do the most for others, as they say. The time has come for me to return to my post. The powers that be have begun to take notice of me leaving more frequently, so I certainly have my work cut out for me. In fact, given everything that's happened, I should be thankful that I even have a job to return to.
Wait.
Huh?
Indy, before you leave, I have something to tell you.
Is that so?
I didn't want to bring it up before, but I know. I know what you did for me.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Please, Indy. You've always gone out of your ways to help me with things. I don't know why you care so much about me, but I'm very happy that you do. Though I suspected that you'd do something stupid. I'm sorry, but I followed you. I know.
Is that so?
If I had known that you'd get involved in this, and that you'd go to him, then I'd never have asked for this smile to begin with. I was just so happy yesterday that I forgot how worried I was. How long did it... him? What was it Apex said earlier?
You can apply color all you want to things here, but it won't ever stick. Only way to make permanent visual changes would be to go to the... Only way to make permanent visual changes would be to go via the guide. Part of the setup of the place, I suppose.
Yeah, I figured Indalecio did something here, like that. You went to the guide?
How did you? I suppose the cat's out of the bag then.
Why would you do something so risky, Indy?
It was the only way to make your wish come true. Since you followed me, I can only assume that you also know that our king was not particularly pleased with my proposition.
How long did... Actually, I got scared and ran away when I saw you approach him. That was probably a smart move. How long did you get sent to the box for?
I see.
So... does this mean that the reason you were so tired was...
Miss, having reached this point, I may as well tell you everything. I did not wish for either of you to know about the guide's involvement, but that ship has sailed, obviously. So, having no other choice, I made up my mind and went to the Hall of Deities.
Okay, we're actually gonna get like a flashback to his conversation. Indalessio, my devoted servant. I can't help but notice that you're presently quite far away from the Hall of Rooms. Surely you understand the importance of your job, as well as the many repercussions for choosing to neglect your work.
My king, This is beyond insolent of me, but I wish to ask you for a...
favor. I already know what you want, imbecile. Or can it be that you, in leaving your post, have also forgotten what I'm capable of?
I wouldn't dream of it, my king.
Honestly, a shadow who cares this deeply about another shadow. Truly, the age of wonders have yet to pass. Who am I to get in the way of such pure affection? You have touched the dark recesses of what constitutes a heart in me, and for that, I shall grant your request.
No, my king, you are all too generous,
After you've spent 10 years in the box, that is. I figured it would be something like that. Originally, I'd planned to simply ignore your request and punish you based on your insolence alone. But as I said, you've managed to move me. Good on you, my dear Shadow.
A very fair and gracious trade, my king. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this chance.
Very well then. As I'm sure you're well aware, this transaction will take an excruciatingly long time. But for everyone else, it will be but a moment.
I am aware.
Good. And do make sure not to writhe for too long. I need you back at your post in a somewhat functional capacity after all. You call that fair trade? You call that trade fair? The amount of self-sacrifice there by Indalessio just to make Little Smiles happy.
The guide is the king of every shadow. I believe in his judgment.
A true believer. Is this a cult? I think Indalessio is running a cult here. Indy, 10 years. You did that for me? Why? What have I ever done to deserve something like that? What have...
Little Smiles, please. I'd gladly spend another 100 years in the box for someone who is dear to me. What is a couple of years here and there for someone who is already dead, after all? I've never shared this, but... when I was still alive, I knew someone who reminds me a great deal of you. Originally, I believe I may have simply channeled the affections I had for this person into you. But with time, something changed, and from that point on, I've had a strong will to see you prosper. In a way, I suppose I've been serving that vision. For better or worse, that is what I do for those I care about, and for the ideals I want to uphold. I serve.
Indy, I don't know what to say. But maybe my smile can tell you how I feel. Even just a little bit.
It truly and wholly does.
Oh no, I'm going to cry again. Side story completed. This game. I love this game so much. These side stories are amazing. Hi! Thank you again for everything, Isobel. You are my idol. Every time you come to the park, I'll greet you with my amazing smile, like this. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, right! I almost forgot. I left you a little something for the heirloom collection in your room. It's something that means a lot to me, and I think it will really cheer you up too when you're feeling down. I'll remember to take a look. Thank you. And then we can talk about how much you love the present over a date? About that. I'm just kidding, lol. Unless, yeah. Little smiles just keep shooting their shot. I wonder what this present could be. Exciting! Act 1 Lore Mistress. There we go. Want to take a quick look at the picture for it. Aww. Complete all side stories in Act 1. Hey, little smiles, what's the dialogue change? Hi! Looking happier than ever, I see. All thanks to you and Indy. Now I just need to work on my trickery as well. Oh, I have an idea. Want to help out? Maybe some other time. Okay. Oh my goodness, I love little smiles so much. Let's go see what the new heirloom is, and then we'll read the diary entries, or pamphlet entries technically, I suppose, and then we'll be off. Heirloom. Photograph of a smiling man. It's the picture of Smiley, yay! This must be the gift from Little Smiles. It's a smiling man. Wait, they did mention taking a photo of their boss. Smiley. Could this be that very image? Does this mean that if you can see a particular shadow and you take that shadow's photo, then everyone else can also see how they look? I probably shouldn't overthink this. At any rate, looking at his smile fills me with positivity somehow. Too bad I never got to meet him, but we did if we went through Pitstop and Purgatory too. Pamphlet content unlocked for Smiley. Interestingly, I think he's going to be under lore. Yeah. Every once in a while, a shadow comes along who makes a substantial impression on their surroundings. For whatever reason, the one called Smiley had such an impact on many of his fellow dead. Why, so endearing was his constant smiling and generous mischiefness that the voice herself even regarded him as a friend, sappy as it sounds. Perhaps you're wondering why Little Smiles were able to see his features when so few others could. Maybe the answer can be found in the abstract concept of kindred spirits, or something similarly obscene. Okay, Little Smiles and Smiley. Lost souls are a dime a dozen in Purgatory, as I'm sure you're aware. However, a soul who was equally lost when alive is rare indeed. There can be no doubt that this particular shadow's infuriatingly forced smile hides something darker, a pain which is concealed by pep, in lack of better words. And now, thanks to your meddling and my endless benevolence, we shall all be rendered blind by the bright intensity of their exposed teeth. Hooray! Smiling infuriates the guide, which is why we love it so much. I wish I had the energy to be half as happy as this shadow seems to be. But maybe one Little Smiles is enough for Purgatory, huh? And Alessio went so far for their happiness. But I can understand why. We do crazy things for the ones we care about sometimes. I'm glad I was able to help them out. and their shining smile is a testament to the fact that I can do good here. And death certificates. Full name, Hortensia Knifei. Knifei? Not going to be using that. Little smiles. Ignore this existence. Ignore the existence of this. This is a dead name. Ignore it. Age of death, 18. 159 centimeters or 5'2". February 29th. Of course, they're a leap year baby. Family. None but few Sparly and Indalecio as surrogate fathers. Occupation. Resident bundle of joy. Oh my goodness, I love them. I love little smiles so much. Likes smiling and peanuts. Dislikes bullies and people who can't smile. And likes to practice their maliciousness. Oh my goodness, I love little smiles so much. How many times have I said that this episode? I don't think it's enough either way. But anyways, all that's left to do is to replay through the Bliss storyline and see how that's different, and then finish up Act 1 again, so we're pretty quickly running to the end of things once again with our current available storylines. So, yeah, we're almost done with the game once again, and we're going to be waiting a while. No idea, no clue as to when the next update's going to be. But might as well just make it evening and head to the Ouroboros bar now anyways, so that we can just kick it right off next time. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.